the feast of the Panihati festival coming up on June 10th. We'll be observing in Atlanta on the weekend, the 13th and 14th, where to punish his devotee, Nityananda gave him the punishment, Danda Mahotsam, to Raghunath Das. Raghunath Das had tried to go to Lord Chaitanya many times, but Lord Chaitanya rejected him or told him, you just worship from your house. You're not ready yet to fully surrender. You can surrender where you are. Like this. Actually, what was the secret? He didn't know, so finally he went to see Nityananda. After about a year, and Nityananda was sitting there under the banyan tree with his associates. From a distance, Raghunath Das paid his obeisances. See, Raghunath Das's father and uncle, they were very wealthy landlords. They paid annual tax to the government of 1,200,000 gold coins, half the size of a krogorant. They used to pay in gold mohor. Mohor means it was 11 grams. So you can calculate on a day's market what 1,200,000 coins of 22 karat gold worth of 11 grams each is worth. And you can understand how much tax they were paying, how much they were keeping for them, how much their income was. So Raghunath Das was their son. He was totally disinterested in the wealth. He wanted simply to join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. So he came, Nityananda said, so I'm going to... Now here is that impudent Raghunath Das is trying to avoid the Guru. Raghunath Das's offense was he knew Nityananda was there, assigned to Bengal preaching. Instead of going to Nityananda, he was avoiding Nityananda and going directly to Lord Chaitanya. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya was not accepting him. So Nityananda revealed his offense, how he was trying to jump over the Guru. It says that even if Krishna and the Guru are standing together, you should bow first to the Guru. And the 64 seva aparas to the deity. First one is to neglect to offer respect to the Guru in the temple. And the second is to respect any other Vaishnava in front of Krishna. Guru Tattva and Vaishnava Tattva are two different Tattwas. Since Guru is the link with Krishna, even the deity, before you worship Krishna, you have to worship Guru. Even in front of the deity, before Krishna, Guru can be worshipped. But even if we don't worship Tulasi, although she's a greater Vaishnava, inconceivably greater liberated soul, if you try to compare what is the relative advancement of Guru as compared to Tulasi, you'll find no comparison. Tulasi is so advanced. But she is a Vaishnava. She's not acting as Guru for the devotees that are generally approaching her. Maybe she in someone could also possibly receive training from her in some higher level, but in the general sense, she's not. She's a Vaishnava. And worshipped as a Vaishnava, is the greatest Vaishnava, Vaishnavi. But Guru is worshipped like that. So Nityananda's Adi Guru is the original Guru. And somehow Raghunath Das was avoiding the original Guru and trying to directly go to Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then Nityananda jokingly was actually instructing him what your mistake was. So then Raghunath Das said, begged you, please forgive me for my offense. He said, no, I'm going to punish you. What is the punishment? You must provide a feast for all the devotees here. Flattened rice, yogurt, condensed milk, fruits, to their heart's content you provide. This is your punishment. So he accepted, alright. So everyone knows that festival, a very ecstatic festival, how so many big pots of chira and dahi were made. Actually, Prabhupada went on several occasions to Panihati, wanted to have a temple built there. Said, build it from BBT funds. If we get that original place. And have a launch service, motor boats from Calcutta to Panihati to Mayapur. Yachts, river yachts, called launches. So, I remember that the first time on Prabhupada's order we went to Panihati to do the festival. We didn't know how many people, we didn't know anything. We filled up a truckload with devotees. We bought up several hundred kilos of yogurt. Then we also had Nitai Gaur deities. We had, tons of flattened rice and tons of mangoes and fruit and bananas, just the whole trucks filled. We got there about 10 o'clock in the morning, but there were about 200,000 people there. You couldn't get within about 2 kilometers. It just packed with people already. So it was all what we could do with tons of yogurt and fruit and everything. We couldn't get it all to the Ganges side. It was packed as a complete. There's very narrow roads, and there's totally filled with people. And we made 108 clay pots of special Chira and Dahi, with mangoes and lychee nuts and jackfruit and sugar bananas and various types of preparation, and putting on top little white puris with white sugar, some cardamom water, agaru scent, sandesh, little bit of chana, that means that natural curds with sugar and black pepper, and then various type of rasgullas and all sweets and things on the top, decorated fruits, 108 pots with a big cloth around it. Then we offered that to the Nitai Gaur deity. Then we pacified the caste Brahmins. We gave each of them a clay pot. And the people were just waiting there. When is their prasad coming? Meanwhile, on the side, we paid big pots of Chira Doi to distribute to about 50,000 people. So when I remember that way we didn't have any experience, especially a lot of the foreign devotees were there. One devotee thought, let me go out and give them prasadam. So he took the clay pot and went into the crowd to give them the prasadam. Lifting it up like this, all of a sudden we saw him go in the crowd. The people just like piranha fish, they just jumped on him. And they all grabbing for the prasadam, and suddenly that devotee kind of disappeared in the crowd. Just boom. It's like lost in the ocean. So we couldn't see him at all. About 10 minutes later, he crawled to somebody's legs, came back up on the platform. He said, this is not the way to do. But he was very determined. I forget, it was I think a Northern European. So next time, he took another, and he jumped on a tree. And like Hanuman, he was giving the prasad. The people are going like this, trying to get the prasad, and he was handing it down. So anyway, that was unprofessional, the whole thing. So then we started a whole line of people, and we built some quick bamboo gates so people could come in and line up. They just smashed it down in 1 second. So somehow or another we distributed the prasadam. And people are so enthusiastic to get a little prasadam. You cannot conceive. Like all this festival, little prasadam, simple, just a little prasadam. It's not like they're hungry, they're starving, they just want to respect a little prasadam. They want a little bit of that mercy. They're eager to get the mercy of Nityananda. When they get a little bit, they're dancing and chanting. Everyone is bringing Chira Doi there and giving it to someone else. It's a unique picnic, like no other picnic you've ever seen. 200,000 people coming, all to picnic. What a festival Nityananda Prabhu has made. So, this way the Krishna conscious movement, the Krishna of Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya, so many different festivals. So interesting and lively. So today when we read about how different senses are developing, these same senses can bind us in the material world, they can also liberate us. If we use them in Krishna's service, Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanang Bhakti Uchite will be the... If we use the senses simply for trying to serve the senses and gratify them without connection with Krishna, we'll get more and more entangled. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.